You're listening to Big Blend Radio Champagne Sunday Spring Party with Nancy and Lisa, and we're excited to bring our next guest back on the show. It's Ivan Flowers. He's a five-star chef and a culinary instructor. He teaches teens. It's awesome what he's doing. And he's joining us to share his spiced strawberry bruschetta recipe. The recipe is up on blendradioandtv.com now. Go look on Twitter. It's already out everywhere, and Facebook. Thanks, Linda Kazam. She's making sure that gets out there. And you can also keep up with all his other recipes and interviews up on blendradioandtv.com as well. It's going to be featured in our upcoming spring-summer issue of Big Blend Radio and TV magazine. But welcome back, Chef Ivan. How are you?
Hello, ladies. How are you?
Hey, we're doing good. Listen, thank you for waiting for so long. We got into storytelling and ran amok, and we're not allowed to do that.
That's okay.
If you're in the kitchen, you're not allowed. But we're not in the kitchen right now,
No,
so it's
no.
okay, right?
You're not in the kitchen. Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah. But do you teach that to your kids that you're teaching, like about timing? Like you can't be on your phone and hope that the souffle doesn't burn. Is that a part of it?
Kids, teens on a cell phone? Really? Do they do that?
Really? I don't know. Really? Shocking.
Yes, they do. Sense of
Yes.
urgency. Put the phone down and get your head in the game.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
does that happen? I know I worked in restaurants too, and I always know, don't mess with the chefs. They will verbally lambaste you at times, but literally, right? But when
Yes.
in the kitchen, there's this crazy camaraderie in kitchens and the wait staff and everybody, but there's jokes, and some of them are very colorful. And
Yes.
can you run them? That's how you stand the heat, I think, is it's because it's hot in there. But you can't the timing to me is amazing. Especially if you watch things like Gordon Ramsay, right? Watching how do you get this meal and that meal all on time so you can bring it out to the table?
Right.
That's insane. Yeah. How do you
Yeah.
orchestrate that?
Everything is timing. Everything.
Mm-hmm.
When you set a kitchen up, you got to remember a lot of the shows that you watch on TV are train wrecks.
Yes.
Otherwise, nobody
We
would
know.
watch them. If it ran really smooth, no one's going to watch it. So, when it's a train wreck, then it becomes entertainment. But the reality in the profession is absolute impeccable timing.
Mm. And you never tell Chef Ivan on a reality show not to use butter. We've learned that. That doesn't happen. Wasn't that one thing you did a reality show and then you that's it, I'm out of here? Wasn't it because they wanted you to not use butter for a recipe that needed butter? What was that? I can't remember.
I don't remember.
I don't remember
James
either.
Beach. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. It was for the Food Network. No
Yeah.
butter, no cream, no fat whatsoever. And the reality is you can use a little butter and you can use a little cream, and you're eating very small amounts of it, and it gives absolute unctuousness and flavor to the dish. It's not like you're putting tons and tons in. You're actually eating a very small amount, and believe me, there's a lot worse things to eat than a touch of butter and cream.
Like margarine.
Oh, margarine, which is one molecule away from plastic.
Yeah.
So, right?
Yeah, and it's stored in plastic too. And butter comes in
Yes.
wax paper, real butter
Yes.
comes in.
Yes.
There's a difference.
There's
So
a
who knew we
difference.
were going to start on this? Yeah, Nancy, you were saying something there, and sorry, we got rolled away.
That's okay. No, that's okay. Go ahead.
I
You
just wanted
forgot.
to do a quick shout out to my principal, Crystal Whitley, who is
Ooh.
not only an amazing principal but a lovely, lovely human being. And in these days of remote teaching and remote learning, just a fabulous human being that I'm able to work with.
Is this your champagne toast or part one of it?
No, champagne
Okay.
toast comes later.
Oh, see, he knows timing here. Okay, but now
Mm-hmm.
listen, so this remote, how has it been? I mean, are you doing televised stuff? Are you going, where are you now, as a school? And you guys are in Temecula, California, Southern California with the school, but
Right.
how is everything going with that?
Remotely, I've done well. I have to be honest with you. I do a lot of demos. I converted the office into a kitchen, And between demos and lecture or watching videos and then breaking them down piece by piece, it's like, hey, I'm going to go on YouTube to learn how to fix my carburetor. You'd be surprised how much can be conveyed through videos, demos, and lectures through the computer. A lot.
Oh,
So
for sure.
I have to say well.
That's awesome. And you know what? You have a YouTube channel too, Cooking with Your Pickle. It's Chef Ivan cooking with my pickle, the little puppy,
The
little pup pickle, little pickle.
little pickle.
But it is true. I mean, you do TV, you do radio, you understand how to break it down. And I think,
Yeah.
I know that students have had a hard time with remote. I know teachers have, principals, school. I mean, it's up and down depending where you are in the country. But,
Yeah.
I know like, students maybe not in their Zoom meeting, they may be like turning the video off and like, oh, I can't, but I'm on my phone. But I have a feeling that when they're watching Chef Ivan, they're like, it's food, man. This is cool. We're hanging out with Chef Ivan.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's been a good class, and Temecula Valley High School and Riverside County do a good job. But a lot of students come on and they like to half commit, so you only see them from the nose up, right? A lot of them just don't like to come onto the camera. So I see the nose up, so I'll take it.
Wow.
I'll take it from the nose up. When I don't see the nose and just the eyes, I say, listen, come on, give me at least the nose.
So at that point,
Hey,
that's when
who
you
wants to
actually
see
want
them?
to have,
Right.
you want computers to be a scratch and sniff little thing so that it's
Mm.
like, here, we're making turkey. Smell this. We're
Right.
back to that word,
Smell-o-vision.
Nancy.
By the way, it's
Smell-o-vision.
coming. It's
It's
coming. It's
coming.
coming.
Do you think
Google,
it is?
yes, it's coming. I do. I truly do. I think there'll be canisters that'll be put in TV and certain things and electronic, and all of a sudden it'll release smells like the rhino pea.
Oh, no.
Oh, here we go, Nancy. The rhino pea.
Bacon.
You
There'll be
can't
a
But no,
never
bacon
accept
canister.
it. Oh,
oh, maybe,
no.
but no,
No,
you know what?
it's
I think
coming.
you're right because, okay, so Chef Ivan, Nancy
No.
wants to do a segment with you about utensils. We travel the country and we're in different
Right.
kitchens each time, and,
Oh,
and and
boy.
we're finding things we've never heard of, all
Right.
kinds of interesting things. Some people really have a souped up kitchen, and you're like, what? And then you'll go somewhere, and the person they don't cook, and so there's like,
Right.
anyway, Nancy's always on like the first thing she gets is the kitchen. This is that we're pet sitting,
Right.
and I
Yeah.
have to tell you, we've stayed in. I mean, it's every single place has been awesome. But Nancy's first thing is where I go. Where's the coffee?
I
Because
go,
coffee
where's the
pots are a whole new
spatula?
thing now. Everybody has a different coffee thing, and I do not want to
Yeah.
know about the ninja thing because I don't know what goes on with that.
Yeah,
But
the
I will
ninjas,
do
no.
the espresso, the French press thing. There's this whole other way of making
That's
coffee.
cool.
Not French press is old, but like there's these anyway. So
The
there's all these
pour
different
over, the
things.
French,
But Nancy's always she wants the omelet pan, and that's it.
and the
I go for
a
coffee,
spatula. A
spatula.
spatula. We've been in kitchens with no spatulas. I'm like, I don't get
Yeah,
Yeah.
it.
yeah. But
Yeah.
maybe we just couldn't find it.
The best utensil in the kitchen are your hands. So,
I'm not flipping the egg with my hand.
yeah.
Oh, but if you did it,
I
if
could
you
just
flip
toss
it.
it in the air and see what happens.
Yeah, you use the pan to flip it. You just flip
Yeah.
it with the pan.
Oh boy.
Yes.
Ooh, what a
Oh
new
boy,
By the
I don't
hobby.
way,
even.
today is National French Bread and National Strawberry Day.
I
Yes.
noticed, and at the top of the show,
You
I said,
told
"Did
us.
Chef Ivan
Yes.
plan this?" I was like, "Did you plan
Mhm.
this this way to do the strawberry bruschetta? Did you plan this? Did
Yes.
you know ahead?"
No, no,
No, you didn't.
no, no, no.
Wow.
Well, you did good.
So
How cool.
it's very cool. It's
I
That's
it's
never
cool.
thought of
wonderful.
strawberry bruschetta, but I'm into it because of the spice, and
Oh,
I'm in.
Mhm.
oh,
And listen, you're in California, Southern California, San Diego County has
yeah.
like the strawberry fields going on right now, right next to the
Yes,
flower fields. And
Mm.
yes.
dude, seriously, our friend Andrea she's retired now, but she had a strawberry farm in Fallbrook, organic. She
Mhm.
did avocados,
Mhm.
a lot of lettuce, strawberries, and her strawberries, you just pick them out of, and bite into them, and
Oh,
they were juicy, sweet. What is
Mm.
this? I know we're going to get to the recipe, but thing about strawberries where people soak them in sugar water or whatever, do something with them.
Mm-mm.
Why are strawberries like sometimes you bite into them and they're like your mouth wants to curl up with like a chemically thing or like they're
right.
bland and you know I want to know about this thing with strawberries. I'm very curious
I
because I love them.
I think if you get strawberries at the right time and
Mm-hmm.
they're red and you can smell them, they're incredible. Right
Mm-hmm.
when they're at
Mm-hmm.
that peak,
Yeah,
right when they're ripe, there's nothing like them, and they don't need sugar, they don't need anything else. It's when they're
exactly.
over or under that people
Yes.
start adding sugar to fruits.
Yeah.
You don't have to do that if the strawberry
Mm-mm.
is correct. Not at
Yeah.
all.
Okay. Okay.
See, my
And
grandmother, Nana, told me, like, if the fruit is bruised, really badly bruised, and it's older than it should be, you make jam out of it. But what you don't do
Yes,
is
you do.
serve it fresh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, she was
Mm.
right.
Yeah.
oh, I love a good strawberry jam, like one that actually you can
Mm-hmm.
see the strawberries in it.
hmm
Like actual
hmm
whole strawberries. So, what about this sugaring of carrots? What's with that? Why do people
No,
put sugar in carrots?
because America is nuts for sweet, and a carrot, when it's correct, especially baby carrots,
Mm.
are sweet
Ooh.
and naturally delicious. You don't have to put sugar.
Mm.
It's just the American palate, they want sweet, sweet,
Oh,
sweet.
see, but South Africa, they put sugar in everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They really did.
Yeah, brown
Like
sugar and carrots.
well,
hmm
no, even if you were like boiling
hmm
green beans or doing something like that, they always put sugar
hmm
in there.
Interesting.
And why do
Mm.
people put sugar in yams and sweet potatoes? They're
Ooh,
sweet.
yuck.
And put
Put
marshmallows on
marshmallows.
them.
You know,
I'm still not used to that. The marshmallow thing
yeah,
is
That's
weird.
too
to
much.
me that's sugar overload because if you take
Yeah.
a sweet potato or
Oh,
a
it's
yam
so
and you
good.
roast it slowly, that natural sugar
Ooh.
that develops
Like
as
Mm.
a
it
cake.
caramelizes, yeah, that's all you
Yeah.
need. Yeah,
I
I
that's
like
even
it.
put butter on them.
caramelization to me is the best thing ever. Like onions, red onions,
Yes,
caramelized,
yes, yeah.
especially if you're cooking them with bacon and mushrooms
Mm.
and
Oh,
garlic.
if you say
Sorry.
bacon, everything works.
Well, listen,
Mm-hmm.
I want to go back to the smell-o-vision because this is what I was going to
Mm-hmm.
say. Everywhere we are, so everyone has, everything is hooked up to Google this and that, and Alexa do this,
Mm-hmm.
do that, and even like scents. People have sense things in their house. Like, so I think you're going to get a scent box, and Google or Alexa will say, Alexa, please cue the bacon scent. And Alexa will spray
Oh
your house with
no,
bacon.
no.
That's what's going to happen.
Okay.
That's how I think they're going to do it. I don't know.
I think that's
But
I think that's how they're going to do it.
but I want
Okay,
real smell-o-vision. I
but
want to
look,
smell your cooking. Like, because
but
yours
look,
will not be a box stuff scent.
no, but look what just happened with the Roomba, whatever those little round vacuum cleaner thingies are. They had an
hmm
update, and I didn't even know that they updated themselves. Miraculously, they get updated and they went crazy for a lot of people, and they're roaming around the house. They find a corner and just keep banging their head, if you can find a head on a round thing,
They're
against
headbangers.
the
They wanted
wall
to go back to
over.
a concert.
Yeah, they just kept banging their head against the wall until a new update came through. Now, come on.
Right, right, right.
Seriously.
And then, yeah, if they mess up the update, that's when they climb the stairs and they kill you in your bed. See,
No,
see
they
who was
jump
their
into a
fault.
mosh pit of other robo, whatever they are. Like,
No, seriously,
okay.
people. Is this where we're headed?
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. So this is why cooking is important, and I think this whole pandemic, people have been cooking more and more. I wonder how many parents were watching your cooking instructions, like your cooking videos during the pandemic. How many parents got into that to learn too? It'd be interesting
They
because I
did.
bet
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, they did.
that's
Yeah,
cool.
and
It's
I
cool.
spoke to a lot of them. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
so
Awesome.
cool. Because families cooking together, I think, is awesome. That's, it's
hmm
like you do this part, I do that part. It's teamwork.
Mm-hmm.
It's a way to have conversation. Because when you have the dinner conversation as a kid, you've done something wrong, and you're fidgety about going to the dinner table because you have to make
Right.
strong eye contact. Now, if you
That's
if
the
you're
worst time to have
cooking,
that kind
you
of
could kind of say something was going on while you're holding the knife. I'm cutting this, but Mom, I kind of did this happen, but you're not doing the direct eye contact. You're done. You can't lie. You
Right?
can't. Yeah. So cooking together gives an even platform of having that open conversation that
Yes.
probably needs to happen of whatever went down or didn't or whatever it is. So I think it's really cool. So let's go to strawberries. So you got to pick the right strawberries at the right time. Um, look at them. Look at the bottom of the thingy because there's mushy ones at the bottom. If they get trapped in the bottom of that little baskety thing. So you
Well,
got to
because it
pick the
could be
right
in a
one. So
basket.
you say look for, they've got to be red ripened for, right,
Yeah,
for
and
what they're
they got
doing.
to smell delicious.
Smell?
This recipe actually, I remember years ago when I traveled a lot, I was in Rome, and they served
Mm.
me oatmeal with strawberries with balsamic reduction, and I never
Wow,
forgot it.
really? Huh.
And we're sitting with Tracy, who, is a big influence on my cooking,
Mm.
Mm.
and she said strawberry bruschetta. So we
Mm.
made the bruschetta. We put the lemon juice and some of the rind into the ricotta. We put spice, and you can use sriracha, Calabrian chili paste, sambal ulic, whatever you want, and then fresh cracked black pepper and
Mm.
sea salt. With that
Mm.
balsamic glaze and the creaminess and the citrus of that ricotta, and then that French bread, which is toasted, the dish, it explodes in your mouth. And it,
Yum.
once salt touches sweet, it just
Mm-hmm.
explodes it. And it was like strawberry times 1,000. And it worked.
Mm.
It worked really well. The black
Ooh.
pepper just brings it to another level. It's really a strawberry à poivre. When you say
This
it,
is this is really interesting when you talk about black pepper. We just we recorded an interview with Nandita Godboli. She wrote a book, Seven Teapots. 7 pots of tea. I'll get it right. It's
Yeah.
coming out on next Sunday, by the way. Everyone, you can listen to this. And she's Ayurvedic, and I did a lot of Ayurvedic practices back in the day. And I need to go back because it was healthy, and it was about digestion. And it goes with your digestion and the natural elements and your emotion, your personality, the different doshas of your body. And I learned that eating cantaloupe and watermelon and things, you put black pepper on, and people think I'm weird. But you digest because melon is actually not that easy to digest. Like people have a problem with
Fiber.
cucumbers.
right?
It's fibrous, but you need help breaking that stuff down.
Right.
And black pepper does it. And I started
Right.
putting black pepper on cantaloupe. I'll never go back. It tastes so good.
Mm.
There's this
Yes.
sweetness and then that a little crunch if you're doing a freshly
Mm-hmm.
cracked, everybody
Mm-hmm.
wants it freshly cracked.
Mm-hmm.
So
You should
I'm in
also
that.
Touching that.
put a touch, next time on cantaloupe, put a touch of lemon and a touch of
Ooh.
salt. When you put lemon,
Do.
which is an
Ooh.
acid, to the sweetness of the cantaloupe, you create what's called a gastrique.
Mm.
You then take that gastrique and by putting a touch of salt, it causes it to explode in your mouth.
Oh, I'm
If
going to try
I
that.
put
It's
a
delicious.
teeny
Mm.
sprinkle of cayenne pepper on that, would I be overdoing it?
Mm-mm.
Mm. No, not at all.
Ooh.
Not at all.
Because I think that goes. I used to make tea with ginger, cayenne pepper, honey, and like
That's
it would have
Kenyan.
all the senses, lemon, like all those taste,
That's
all those.
Kenyan.
Well, that's Ayurveda too. That you have all these tastes, and I think it's six. The rasa is six tastes: pungent, sour, bitter, or whatever, sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you have to have
Mm-hmm.
these, and there's a taste where you have to have like the earth kind of the mineral taste. Can't explain
Mm-hmm.
that. It's
Well,
kind of like
the big taste is
people eat
umami.
soils.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
there's the
wow.
word. Umami.
Umami. Yeah. Umami is
Umami.
savory.
See, it's meant
Is
to
that
make
when,
you
no,
slow
I have
down when
something
you
really funny
eat.
to say, but I won't.
No, oh,
Hmm?
sorry, but I was going to
No,
say this
no.
whole thing is to make you slow down when you eat and not like fast forward as you eat. It's to make sure that the food and the drink gets on all parts of your tongue so you can actually relax and taste it properly.
Hmm.
That's what I think.
I do. And when you're making something like this, it's like you're doing something unique. So let me just back up here let's do the bruschetta part, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bruschetta, how to pronounce it, we'll try.
Bruschetta.
So you're basically
Bruschetta.
taking a baguette,
Yeah.
or it could be a
Mm-hmm.
sourdough. Ooh, be a French
Yes.
loaf.
Yes.
So, and then you're going to have that toasted, right? You're going to toast that,
Yes.
or no? Okay.
Yes, you toast.
Before you put the strawberries on.
Well, you toast it, and then you take ricotta, which is the
Mm.
byproduct of mozzarella, and
Mhm.
you put in the lemon, and you can even put in some of the zest. You put the ricotta on the lightly toasted bread, and then you take the sriracha, you mix it with lemon with the strawberry, put that on the ricotta, and then finish with sea salt, fresh cracked black pepper, lemon zest, and then balsamic reduction.
Ooh. And
Yeah.
you say part skim ricotta. Is that for a specific reason or health reason
You could
or?
do, yeah, I mean, less fat. You can do whole. It doesn't matter.
I was thought
You
Bruschetta
want the
was always
ricotta
mozzarella.
dry.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
Oh, a
want
little
this, you
dry.
want the ricotta, you don't want it wet. If it's a
Mm.
little wet, you put it in a strainer overnight and let it drain a little bit.
Okay.
And then you mix
Okay,
it
I
up and
get
you
it.
make it really creamy. Yeah.
Mm.
Now, could you do this with provolone cheese?
Provolone cheese.
Because
Mm.
provolone is interesting to me because it's like a little bit harder than mozzarella. It's just this,
Yeah.
I don't know. I just always thought it was a really good deli cheese.
It,
Like that and
I
Havarti.
like provolone. Yeah. I don't know. I think I'd go with something whipped and creamy.
Mm.
That where, the citrus isn't really going to go into the provolone, where it's going to infuse into the ricotta. It's quite
Okay.
different.
Oh, okay. So you need
Mm.
to have a little melding party. We were filming a video on how to make mozzarella, and I think we were all maybe having a little champagne and giggly and did something with the water, and it turned into ricotta. And it was, and we couldn't use the video. It wasn't, we weren't making it, but we were helping. And, I have to tell you, it was really good. And we sat there
Yeah.
eating, it's just
Mm.
freshly made ricotta cheese,
Yeah.
it was crackers. It was so good. And we continued having more wine and said, well, we can't use the video, but we sure can all sit here and have wine and eat the ricotta. It was so good.
So
But it was so
it wasn't a
interesting
waste of
making it.
time.
No.
No, it wasn't, but it was this making the mozzarella and kneading it and doing the water thing. It's actually really easy and it can go into ricotta if, and they were even saying if you do this at this point, it will turn into ricotta. And
Right.
probably because we're
Very
all
well.
like a blooper giggle here and there, that's probably what happened. But it was, to me, it was really interesting watching the process. It was, at home. It was actually on a farm. And they make their own cheese from their own cows. They're like, we live on
Yeah.
the land. And it was really
Mm.
cool
Yeah.
because they don't let anything go to waste. They make everything that they can. They make their own soap. They make their own everything. They're like, it was cool. It was like homesteading lessons. And they're like, okay, well, maybe, it was supposed to be, we should just let it happen. But
We
we
should
should
have.
put it out there
Yeah.
because it was really cool. But I was amazed how easy it is to make your own cheese and then
Hmm.
you know where it's from, So that was a good eye opener. Do you make your own cheese ever, like mozzarella and?
Oh yeah. Mozzarella is
Mm.
so easy. It's mozzarella curd and salted water. And then if
Mm.
you want to add cream to that, then you make stracciatelle, which is more of a creamy mozzarella along the lines
Mm.
of a burrata, but very,
Mm.
very simple. Yeah, it's very simple.
So this whole recipe to me appeals to me because I'm not good with raw tomatoes, and I like
Right.
strawberries. But I do like
Yeah.
heirloom tomato. I'll do like a few pieces and then
Oh,
I'm done. Like I've
yeah.
had my moment. But you could turn around and say, okay, I'm going to take this recipe and change it up. I always, we always talk about this. You could do this with tomatoes, right? Like a nice big
Oh God, yeah.
juicy heirloom.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, for sure.
What
Yeah.
about nectarines?
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
Cucumbers, nectarines, mangoes.
I had to
Yeah.
do that because we were
It'll
playing the
work.
song Nectarine. I had to bring that up, Well, nectarines do
Yeah.
start coming into season in the spring, depending on where you live, you know.
Mm.
But like strawberries, I wonder about even doing like blueberries or blackberry. Would that be too
Yeah.
sweet? Or
Sure.
yeah,
No. I think the balsamic would balance it out with the salt and the pepper. Yeah. It all
kind of
works.
like people make that feta and watermelon salad.
Yeah.
and
I'm
it
not
is
a big fan
good.
of feta. I like French feta. Greek
Mm.
feta is a little too salty for me. French feta is more
Mm.
creamy and mellow. Yeah, Greek
See,
feta
I
is a
like
little
goat cheese.
overwhelming.
I like goat cheese that
Mm.
hasn't been
Yeah.
over salted, so it's like still
Yes.
moist. I said moist.
Yes.
You said blind.
Letter
Uh-oh.
letter Kenny score. If
Oh
anybody's
boy,
watched
here
Letter
we
Kenny,
go.
anyway, so
How
anyway,
about how about blueberries with Swiss cheese? That kind of interests me. Best.
Blueberries with Swiss cheese.
so
Yeah.
weird,
Hmm.
Nancy.
No, I
Yes,
think it'd be.
yeah.
I think it's either going to be really good or really bad.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Swiss cheese to me and ham goes together.
because
You could do Swiss
Yeah.
and ham and then your blueberries or bacon.
Yes. Yes.
You need the
yeah,
salt
because
in there.
it's salty.
You need
I
salt.
mm,
You cannot have the Swiss. The Swiss. Swiss is the only cheese I find absolutely weird. Like I don't. I love
oh, I
every
like
cheese,
it.
but when I get to Swiss, I'm like,
It's just sitting
Oh,
there waiting for somebody to bring it alive with
I
something
think
else.
Swiss is nutty,
Mm.
buttery. I think
Mhm.
Emmenthal, Jarlsberg, Cave Aged Swiss
Mm.
is phenomenal.
Yeah.
So
Phenomenal.
what do you do with it?
Yeah.
Like, would you just eat it plain, or like to me,
You
it's just
can.
it needs. I don't know. It just I don't
I
get
like
joy
it
out
in
of
a
it.
fondue. I like a
Yeah.
Swiss
Oh,
fondue.
now that
Yeah.
works. That does
Yeah,
work.
where
Yeah.
you make it all creamy and you can dip
Mhm.
different things into it. But
Yeah.
I adore Swiss.
Ooh,
Yeah.
and fondue is still good in the spring season. You know.
Oh, fondue is
Does
good
anybody
anytime.
do fondue anymore now with COVID?
Well,
Did
oh, maybe not. Well, if you have your
I
loved
don't
one
know.
well,
that
your own
you've been,
family can do it, but
yeah,
mm,
it can be an intimate little, thing
we used to do that all the time with angel food cake and chocolate and
with
cherries.
rum in it.
Yeah. Mhm.
Chocolate sauce with rum.
Yeah,
Mm.
and
Okay,
cherries.
we've gone off onto another land. You could put strawberries in the fondue pot.
Mhm.
Oh yes. Oh yeah.
Mhm.
See if
Oh
you
yeah.
take
Yeah.
a little bit of
I would
turkey and Swiss.
I would put it
That
in
goes.
a chocolate fondue.
Yeah.
You know.
Mhm.
Oh
With
yeah.
bits of bacon.
Probably a spiced chocolate fondue with
Mhm.
like a little bit of citrus overtone and dip a
Yeah.
strawberry in that would be
I'm
fabulous.
serious.
Mhm. A little
Chocolate,
bit of
hot
bacon.
chocolate with really good pepper. When we were in Santa Fe,
Mm.
we went to a chocolate house, and they made like
Mm.
Mayan and Aztec.
So good.
It was like drinking chocolate. They didn't even call it hot
Mm.
chocolate. It was different, and it was like It was like an elixir. And
Mm.
Mm.
I had this drink because a lot of them they put almonds and they're like nut milks and whatever, and I'm allergic to that. So I just had this really powerful. It was like a chocolate espresso almost, but it was dark chocolate and pepper,
Mm.
cayenne pepper,
Mm.
and
Mm.
it was
That's
like a
a
Mayan,
combination.
and they used it before they went to battle. And I had a sip of this, and I had my little cup, like a little
It riles
espresso,
her
teeny
up.
espresso cup. Dude, I stood up and I'm like, dude, this run back to the hotel. I'm ready. Like, I felt like Rocky going
See?
up the steps. I'm like,
It
dude,
riled
let's
her up.
go. I really, like, my whole body got hot and like,
I'm
let's
like,
go.
whoa.
It wasn't just hot and warm. Like, I wish I had that when we were in Wisconsin with the snow. I was just like, let's
Oh, that's a good
go.
idea.
Like, charge. It was crazy, like how your body changed just according to a couple of ingredients. Like, it's
Yes.
weird.
Yes.
Wow. Wow. That is the most powerful feeling I've ever had from food. Of like,
Yeah.
I'd
y'all,
eat it before you have your next driver's test and see what happens.
I need it now. We're on deadline. Power through the magazine. Let's do this. Let's do this. So, Chef Ivan, what is your champagne toast?
My champagne toast is to President Joe Biden,
Oh,
Ah,
who I think
yes.
is doing a phenomenal job saving a lot of people's lives, and I
Mm-hmm.
think will go down in history as one of our greatest presidents, actually.
Wow,
and his
cool.
wife's a teacher. So there.
His wife's a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, doing a lot for the
Yes.
education system already. So that's awesome. That's
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
awesome. So are you still like, are you and Tracy and Pickle? I know you probably don't walk the cat, but maybe you do. Go on the beach. Are you able to do that and keep social distancing and still get your beach time?
Sometimes. Right now, there's a
Mm.
lot of people in from Arizona and other
Mm.
Mm.
states that are not wearing masks, that
Oh,
are acting like this is completely over, and
no.
so
Mm.
we're staying inside.
Mm.
I have
You
to
have
tell
to.
you that we were in Gladewater, Texas in this Christmas store, and the gentleman who ran the store gave us a pickle. Not a real pickle, but a pickle ornament.
Mhm.
And the
And that's
first
our
thing we
Christmas
thought was
ornament.
you.
Yes. That sounds good, man.
I know.
But we have a
Because
pickle ornament.
we have a pickle ornament that you're supposed to hang on a Christmas
That's
tree.
Well, the whole thing is if you
No,
find
well,
the
we're thinking
pickle,
of
if
your
you
dog pickle.
no, but if you hide the pickle, and it is a pickle, I'll send you guys a photo.
Yeah,
If you
there's
hide
a,
the pickle, then you get the extra gift.
yeah, no,
If you
but
find, if
I
you
did
it's
hide
not
it,
know
not
this.
find it. If you find
it's
it,
a,
not hide it. If you find it,
yeah,
they hide it.
if
Yeah, and then if you find it, you get the extra
Santa
present.
Claus or whomever who parcels out the gifts on Christmas Day hides a pickle, and the child who finds the pickle gets the extra present. And so there's a whole legend behind it. And so he gave us a pickle, and we're
Hmm.
still looking for the present.
Hmm. Yeah, we didn't. Well, our present was more snow. We were in
Yeah.
Wisconsin in the
Oh
Mhm.
snow
wow.
season.
Yeah.
Yeah, a month.
But
I learned about snow shoveling and all kinds of cool stuff. Did you do that in New
Mm.
York? Like, did you have to do that stuff as a kid, like snow
Oh
shovel and
God,
stuff?
yeah. Oh, I remember living in Manhattan, and it would
mm,
snow rarely, but when it snowed heavy,
mm,
your car would get covered, and then it would
mm.
turn to ice, and you couldn't move your car for days.
Oh
Yes,
no.
Days. You know, you
yes.
had to get like picks, and you had to try to like dig it out, and then the traffic was coming because you had to alternate side of the street. It was a nightmare.
Oh gosh.
Well, yeah, we have a friend from Chicago, and I said, this happened, and I was shoveling all the snow, and then I learned about there's an ice layer. And it was literally the day we were leaving, the sun
Mm.
came out like California. It snowed the night before, and it was like California. Like you could suddenly actually feel the warmth of the sun, because when the
Right.
sun did
Finally.
come out before, there's no warm feeling. It was like, hello, I'm here, but I'm just teasing you. Ha ha, you're still cold, and you can't feel me, but I'm here. And it was like, what is this? This is not normal.
Right.
But then all of a sudden the last day it did, and things started melting. And one day it did do it, and then all the ice fell off the roof onto the
The
cars.
icicle.
Like bam, bam, it felt like a bomb explosion. The dogs freaked out. I freaked out. I was like, who's shooting the house? And it was ice flying off, landing on windshields,
Right.
everything. And oh my
Yeah.
God, run out. And then, like, okay, when I learned that I was like, oh my gosh, look at this ice. This is going to become like an ice layer. So I had to go and dig up all the ice. And it was like crazy. But at least we got it done. But a
Yeah.
friend in Chicago said that their cars were literally buried like you were walking on top of cars in winter way back when, like when it would be that bad, and you just had to forget you had a car, because it's gone. And
Right.
you would have to dig
Yeah.
your car out, like you're saying.
Right.
That's some crazy stuff. Well, thank
mm.
goodness
Yes.
it's spring. We may have a few more
Yes.
snow things across the country, but listen, April showers will be here soon, and the sun is
Yep.
shining at some point, and it'll get better, and we'll have summer, and then we'll all whine about how hot it is. So just
Yeah.
Yes.
remember, we've got a whole lot of whining coming up. So enjoy what it
Right.
is. It's so good to have you back on the show, Chef Ivan. Please tell Tracy we say hi and all the
Oh,
kittens
I
and
will.
Pickle, and take care, and we'll talk again soon.
Okay. Goodbye, ladies.
Bye.
Bye.
We're going to play a song Nectarines from Makana over in Hawaii. This is from his album Ripe. We always love to do that. We will be back with our next spring party. It's our happy hour party tomorrow, Monday, March 22nd. We have Donette Silva Carter from Tulare calling in, Tulare, California, where we're going to be there soon. We have
Mm.
Ward Heinrichs, San Diego employment attorney. We have Bobby DePorter from Quantum Learning Network, and also Super Camp over in Oceanside, California. And we do have someone that isn't from California. That would be Lee Bovadani, the Trust Architect, all joining us for our party tomorrow night, a happy hour toast to spring. So join us, keep up with us at bigblendradio.com. And while you're there, make sure to sign up for our newsletter. Then you'll get our digital magazines in your email. And it's only once a month. So take opportunity of that. We've got a lot of good stuff coming out, especially the next issue of Parks and Travel magazine. But here it is, Nectarine by Makana, and you can keep up with him at makanamusic.com. Take care, everybody, and happy spring!
I saw you the other day at the grocery store. You were all so right. I went to pick you up when you fell on the floor. And I felt the softness of your skin make my spirit soar. Anything else just wouldn't do. Bananas, papayas, and mangoes too. A kiss on your neighbor brings me close to you. I press you to my lips. Ooh, yeah, la 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 la. Ooh, yeah, la 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 la. Midnight snack. There were cupcakes and candies and treats that could give you a heart attack. But none of them have the covaciousness of your sweet style. Ooh, I wanna stroke you just for a little while. You're just what I need to ease my hunger. I couldn't eat you if you were younger. Under the surface, could there be trouble? I guess I won't know till I take a bite. Ooh, yeah, la 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 la. Stay for a while, slip into something and crack me a smile. Just hold me close, don't make no noise. Show me your suitcase full of your toys. Eat from my hand, suck on my toes. Show me the side of you nobody knows. I take you inside, sing you a ballad. You'll be so stoked you'll be tossed in my salad. Be